welcome back to my channel, The Baking Diva, and I'm so happy to welcome all my new subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Well, those of you that follow my channel, you know that sometimes I'm serious and sometimes I'm silly. That's just me. And sometimes I make sweet treats and sometimes I make savory. Well, today I decided to be spicy. So today I'm going to make something spicy for you. Now I'm sure you've all heard of Lipton's, the dry onion soup mix. Looks like this, comes in a box, comes in a bunch of flavors. And this first came out on the market, I looked it up, in 1952. Yep, they said that in 1952 is when they started producing a lot of processed foods because a lot of women went to work and they wanted easy. They didn't want to sit there peeling onions and chopping onions. They wanted to use this and make it easy on themselves. So that's when this first became popular, and it's just been popular ever since. The one thing about this is the ingredients in it, and they make them so small that my old Diva eyes can't even see them. So I have this magnifying glass here. Let me just give you an idea of a few things that are in this that might surprise you. Obviously there's onions, salt, cornstarch, onion powder, there's sugar in here. Did you know there's soy sauce in here? And there's fermented soybeans, which is wheat and salt, caramel color, and oh, this is interesting. Well, there's corn syrup in here. Huh? Did you know that? I didn't know that. Maltodextrin, yeast extract, sunflower oil, and words that I can't even say. Disodium, guanylate, I don't know, and some others. So it also says on the bottom, may contain milk. So I know that a lot of these dry mixes here also contain MSG, and try to stay away from MSG whenever you can. It does affect the nervous system a little, amongst other things. So I'm here today to give you the Copycat recipe on how to make that at home yourself. So super easy. We like to make our own is because first of all it's more cost effective. Second of all, it's fresher ingredients. You don't have a lot of that junk that I read you know, that's on the box that's included in there. And it tastes good. It tastes a lot better. So why not? You put it in like a little mason jar, put it in your kitchen cabinet, and it'll last for like 3 months in there. And you don't have to worry about running up to the store. Oh, I want to make something and I don't have any of this. Just pull that right out of the cabinet. And after I show you how to make it, you know I always put the recipe in the description box below. And I think it's 1/4 cup of my mixture is going to equal, I believe, 1 envelope of that mix. So shall we get started? Yep, I say let's get started. So first I'm just going to take a little bowl. Take any bowl you want. Now in this bowl, you're going to put 3/4 cup of diced minced onions. So you know the minced onions. They come in the jar in the food store. They're with all the spices. They look like this. So we're just going to put those right in there. Now, this recipe calls for beef bouillon. Now, you're never going to get away from salt in beef bouillon, but I happen to have purchased the sodium-free, This is Herbox. It's sodium-free, gluten-free beef bouillon. You don't want the cubes, because if you get the cubes, you're going to be sitting there crushing them. You need to get the powdered beef bouillon. So I'm going to use that in this Copycat recipe, but I'm also going to give you a bonus. And in the description box, I'm going to put another recipe that doesn't contain any bouillon. That's like I guess a more healthy version of it. So look out for both of them down below. So next we're going to put in 1/3 of a cup of our powdered beef bouillon. Now if you don't have an issue with salt, you can buy the one with the sodium. I bought the sodium-free one. Next you're going to put in 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of onion powder. So let me put that in. I have that in here. I'm going to put in 1/4 of a teaspoon of celery seed. Now this has to be powdered. I have the powdered celery seed. If it's not powdered, you're going to have to crush it. Fine. So get the powdered one. I'm going to put that in. The celery seed gives it a nice little ding. A zing. Did I say dang? Ding? A nice little ding to it. Now we are going to put in 1/4 of a teaspoon of granulated sugar. This is much better than all of that stuff that they had in there that I read to you before. Put that in. We're going to put in 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground pepper. And we're going to put in 1/8 of a teaspoon. That's a tiny little one. Let me get it here. I'm going to eyeball it because my 1/8 one must be in the sink. Little 1/8 of a teaspoon of paprika. Now we're just going to mix that all up in here. And I think I did mention to you before that this will stay probably 3 to 4 months in an airtight jar in your kitchen cabinet. So I'm mixing this all up. Got all the ingredients in here. I'm also going to insert some pictures in my video of a lot of things that are used with the Lipton's dry onion soup mix, the meatloaf, the potatoes. Oh, the potatoes come out really good. I picked up these mason jars because I like the wide lid ones. And you know what I even found? I found in Walmart they sell separately leak-proof black lids that screw right onto these. They're more for storage. So I have a little funnel here, and I'm going to spoon my mixture that I've mixed up here into the jar. You can probably just spoon it in without the funnel, but I had the funnel here, so I figured, what the heck not? Might as well use it. Okay. Just gonna pour this in. You can double this batch if you want. Enough with the funnel. Let me just use a spoon. It's easier. It's a wide mouth jar. Okay. So there you have that. And that is all there is to it. Now, I also picked up a package of these little, I love them, those little chalk labels. So I'm going to put my label right on the jar. And I have chalk pens that write great. And I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put it in my cabinet. And I'll put in the description box what I told you. 1/4 of a cup, which is exactly, I believe, 1 ounce, equals 1 envelope of this. So if you were going to use an envelope of that for a recipe, you would use 1/4 of a cup of this. Also do this with ranch dressing, and I make my own taco seasoning. So if you like, let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see me make one of those. So now what am I going to do with this? Well, I am dying for some onion dip. Who doesn't love onion dip? So, you're gonna take a 16-ounce container of sour cream. And you know what? Since the Diva forgot to bring out a bowl, I'm gonna use this one. It's fine. It only has a little bit of the onion powder around the side. So I'm gonna put this in, the sour cream. Yummy, yummy in the tummy. And don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go down below and hit that red subscribe, and a little bell will pop up next to it. Hit the bell, and the bell is a notification bell, so whenever I have a new video up, you'll get a notification and you won't miss it. So alrighty, now in this sour cream, I'm gonna put my 1/4 cup of my mixture. So, alrighty, and all you do is mix it, same as you would mix an envelope of the one you bought, only now it's fresher and you're making your own. If you're not worrying about, you know, your weight or anything, we got some chips here, or you can dip some celery into it. So let me just mix it up a little bit more. Now, what I didn't tell you is, because the bouillon is sodium free, we're probably gonna have to add a little bit of salt to this. And that's fine, because then you can salt it to taste. You don't have to worry about so much of it being put in there, because I like a little salt in there. Otherwise it's gonna be too bland. So let me just taste it. It's very good, but it does need some salt. So don't go away. Forgot my salt shaker. Let me go over and get it. Okay. Put a little salt in here. Now I'm going to take a little piece of my celery, dip it in, no double dipping, and taste it. Perfect. Perfect. Tastes just like the dip that you would buy in the store, or you would use those envelopes for. So I say, give it a try. What do you have to lose? You'll have your nice jar of this. I think off camera I'm gonna make more, so I'll have enough in the jar to last me. Company pops in. You wanna throw it together, some onion dip. If you have some sour cream, just pull that out of the cabinet. Don't have to always worry, whoops. Oh, I'm making pot roast and I forgot my onion soup mix. Gotta run up to the store. Nope, you'll have it right there. So anyway, I'm not supposed to double dip. It's only me here, but I'll put some on here. Anyway, it was wonderful to see you. Gonna save these chips for the cameraman. I know as soon as the camera stops, he'll be running on in to sample these. So anyway, everyone, have a wonderful week. I appreciate each and every one of you, because without you, I really wouldn't have a channel. Thank you all for stopping by. I'll see you all again very soon. Toodles! Mmm.